So now let's get back to business.
Okay, so you want to continue with
Yeah.
these, the real IDs, visas, and all sorts of
Yes,
stuff that's
yes.
happening
So
in
there's
Europe.
in Europe because we're frustrated Europeans at heart. Yeah. So now apparently it's called the ETIAS authorization. It's not a visa, by the way, right?
No, it's something like a visa, but it's not technically a visa. And visas have changed, whereas before you would have to go and get like this big stamp and put inside your passport and stuff. Everything is now electronical. So what's really cool is that it was supposed to come out, in 2025, but Europeans are, they live the good life, so they've now pushed it back to 2026, the last quarter, and it's good for 3 years, and you can travel all throughout Europe. And you do it electronically. You could do it. There's going to be an app. They haven't pushed it out yet, but it's kind of cool because then you can go through any EU country, not England.
Or not Switzerland, I saw.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That one
yeah.
did
I
not
did my
know.
research as well. My love.
Look at you,
Yeah,
look at you.
yeah.
And it's like €7. It's nothing. You just do it. You have it on the app. You just have to upload like your passport, and then like you're good to go. We actually recently did it last month when we went to London. London has their own that is already in effect, and it was easy. It was called the ETA UK, and it was like £10, $12. And it took 2 seconds, and it tells you it's going to let you know in 48 hours or
Yeah,
something.
it's not as bad as the media makes it out to be, like anti-American. No, it's actually had nothing to do with America. It's I think visa, any country that needs a visa or something to travel. It's quite easy, like you said. It's not.
It took 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
It's not too bad, and actually, it's valid until 3 years.
The European one is, but not the the UK is up to 2 years.
Yeah, up to 2 years.
But still, it's easy. It was $10, and honestly, when we went through customs, it was when they took our passport, it just shows up already on their end that we did it. So I didn't even have to tell them anything.
Yeah. So what are the requirements?
You need to have a passport, for sure. And really, that was it. I mean, it was really that easy. There's no conspiracy. There is no chip. There's no.
So for the conspiracy,
no gold star.
So for the conspiracy theorists, are they tracking you internationally?
No, they're not. Okay. But Europe, if you've ever been, it's really easy to get around and stuff like that. So it's just good that it's on your passport, and you have it. You have it for 3 years. It's that easy. And now even Brazil. Yesterday I was helping a client, and Brazil now is it just is going into effect April 5th. They're doing one as well, but theirs was a little pricey. It was like $80.
Well, it's Brazil.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to validate their.
I don't know the validation, but it was expensive.
Man,
I
this
thought that
wine
was
is really good.
Yeah. And that one's going into effect April 5th.
So, do you think that they're doing all this jazz because they're trying to limit the amount of tourists? Because I know, like, for example, Venice has, like, also a tax or something, right? Like, what does Venice have?
Venice has, it's only like a couple weeks in the end of June and July, where you have to pay, like an entry tax, unless you're staying at one of their hotels. It's already in your price, and it's fine. But yeah, I mean, I think they're just trying to limit. I mean, and also too, especially Europe after the pandemic, the travel industry really blew up. So I don't know. I mean, $7 is not going to deter me. So
No, I know,
I know,
but I mean that. So I started thinking about this. I'm like, it's like they have to do something because we went to Italy in the summer, and that was just like I don't think I ever. And I adore Italy. Okay, I adore Italy, and I don't think I ever want to do Italy in the summer.
Well,
it's a little too much. Like I think they need to do something to kind of.
Like to maybe like.
Yeah, like over tourism, like that's affecting because.
But then that's how they make their money.
I know, but they could spread it out, or they could again do these type of visa things where for us it might not deter, but there's some other folks that would be deterred, like I don't want to pay this extra $7, or these conspiracy theorists that think they're being tracked. That's. I just feel like they have to do something. and I think this is probably an effort or a step to doing that.
I don't know, but if you reverse it, imagine like Americans saying, "Oh no, only X amount of people are allowed to come here."
I know we're technically doing it, but
so I just
no, but I mean,
I don't think they can do that.
No,
you know?
but like, okay, so it's different, right? I think the United States has. I mean, it's massive. United States is massive. I mean, I was born and raised here, and I still haven't seen all the United States. Italy is not as big as the United States. France is not as big as the United States. And then these are massive, tourist spots. And Americans actually are the ones that travel a lot to Europe. So I just feel like, I don't know, there's something that has to be done, like, at least from the European side, to be like...
Are you just mad that when you go there's too many Americans?
That's exactly what it is. I have social anxiety. This
has nothing to do with the country. This has to do with him going to Europe.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, but I just think that it's an interesting thing that now we're starting to see all these things, and I know we have both read and we both experienced over tourism, and to be honest with you, if I'm paying for a trip, thousands of dollars, and then I'm stuck in a line to go see, a relic, or it's too hot or it's too crowded. Like, I'm not getting my money's worth. I think now more than ever, and this is the shameless plug for travel advisors, it's important to go to a travel advisor and see your options, to see where my money, like the value of my money, right? I don't want to go to a place where tens of thousands of people are going at the same time, and I'm not going to experience that.
That's so I'm actually going to plug this Viator. Especially like in Italy, if you want to go to the Colosseum, before you could just walk up to the Colosseum and buy your ticket. I mean, I remember doing that 25 years ago. That's not the case anymore. So if you want to go see the Colosseum, you have a ticket just for the entry, or you have a ticket for an entry and a tour, a ticket for an entry through the side door and underground, and these are all that you have to get through Viator now. But what's great is that it's giving the jobs to locals and Italians to have a job through Viator, and then they get to do their tour through the Colosseum. They're making money, and then that money also goes back to the Colosseum. So then that way, they're giving jobs, and they're also limiting how many people are going in. So if you go through Viator, and by the way, travel advisors work with Viator, just to let you know. And when we book, we can say, it says their limit is only 3 people left in that tour. So they are trying to control.
Got it. So it's a little bit more controlled.
Exactly. Same thing with the Vatican and stuff like that. So I do see it mostly in Italy. I think Italy is one of the top travel places in Europe, so I see it more controlled there. But it's great because it's like a win-win. They get to control how many people are coming in and out, and it's giving locals another job to do for tourism.
Good. So I'm glad there's steps being done, because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not digging that Italy in the summer situation. I'm not discouraging people not to travel to Italy in the summer.
It's a lot of people.
It's
and this
just a lot.
Even worse, just to let you know, because there is the Jubilee happening at the Vatican.
And then in 2026, around our home in Italy, there's going to be the Winter Olympics. So that's going to be, forget summer, the winter is going to be insane up there too.
I'm skiing.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but I can't.
I thought you were doing the shuffle.
No, like shuffle would be like this. I'm poles.
I'm not going to lie. I think this is probably one of the most magnificent debuts in a podcast history. And we're a part of it.
Yeah, so, we are.
Yeah.
Cheers. Do we do another?
Yeah, a little cheers.
Cheers.
To Dorian Destinations, our first podcast, and
there you go.
Possibly not the last. So thank you everyone who's listening. I think we gave you some vital information in our first one. We promise to bring you some more insights, opinions, and everything that has to do with travel and expeditions. So please don't forget to check out the Leto Cellars wine, some of the best. A wine text with Gary V is my recommendation. Sincerely, we love you very much. If you like us, please subscribe to us, comment, let us know what topics you're interested in hearing, and we'll get back to you and make sure we do it. Ciao from Franco.
And Shannon.
We love you very much. Dorian Destinations out.
Cheers. You want to do one more? Bronx made his cameo.